Hey everyone, it's Emma Whaley, and I get to talk to you today about Success Club. And I'm actually super excited to talk to you about this because this is the core and the heart of our business. What's super cool about Success Club is it's just a benchmark to know whether or not you're actually growing your business. Now, I know that everybody in this Diamonds to Dollars group is super passionate about wanting to make a difference with not only helping people change their lives with fitness, but you want to have something happen with your own personal goals too, right? You want to move your business forward and have success financially, or maybe achieve a certain rank, or walk across stage, or whatever that goal is. Well, all those things are going to happen if you really master how to hit Success Club and help your team do the same. So I'm not going to get into what Success Club is. You should know that by now. If you don't, go Google it. That is basic new coach training 101, right? I'm also not going to talk about like why you should hit Success Club, because I think that you should know why. That shows that you're actually bringing new people into your business. You're having new people to help. And those challengers that are coming in, or coaches that are coming in with challenge packs, they're getting the toolkit they need to be successful. That has the complete package when you add yourself into the game, right? Now, my mission for you is not to hit Success Club 50 or whatever every month. If that's not your goal, if it is, cool, light that sucker on fire. That's not mine. My goal is to hit somewhere between 12 and 20 every month, and that's where I comfortably fall usually. It's always above 10, and then what I do after that is I help my team to hit Success Club, and so that way we're growing as an organization, and it's just not my own personal success, if that makes sense. And so I'm going to share with you today some of the ways that I guarantee or ensure that I am hitting Success Club month after month. And then later in the week, we're going to have Lisa and Ashley talk about strategies for hitting it, and then also how to overcome objections. And so hopefully you're going to feel a lot more confident by the end of the week about going into this. So the first thing is that in order to hit Success Club, you have to have people, right? Your friends and family need to trust you. If they don't trust you, they're not going to join you, because let's be honest, they can go order Shakeology or a workout from anywhere. But the reason they would want to work with you or order a challenge pack from you is because they believe that you can help them to get from where they are to where they want to be. And how you do that is you consistently share your own personal story. And I'm not just saying like, I was once here and now I'm here in the end. That's not it. This is an ongoing daily process. It's a daily thing that people deal with all the time, right? So how are you personally showing up for your own goals? What's happening inside of you? What's happening to your physical appearance? How is it changing your family? And share this in a way that it's not just a sweaty selfie saying, worked out, country heat today, done. But why? Like, why was that important today? Like, what happened to you? Did you learn something? Was there a favorite move? Did you make a fool of yourself doing something? Like, either post about it with a picture and ask a question to engage people, or to make a video or go live or whatever it is that you want to do. But when you are consistently doing this every single day, and you're showing how health and fitness is a really important part of your life, people will go, okay, he is the real deal. They're not giving up on their goals ever. Or maybe you have a setback, and then you show how you make a comeback and how you use the Beachbody programs to come back. Then people will want to join you because they trust you. Now, not only that, but they have to be able to see that you are helping other people to achieve their goals as well. And so even if you're really new in the business and you don't have a ton of success stories quite yet, you can get excited about the people that are going to be joining a free group with you, or somebody else on the team. You can shout out to them and share their pictures with their permission, of course. Like, I know for us in our group page, we keep a file of or an album of pictures and success stories so that any new coaches can grab those and post them on social media to give a shout out. Like, check out so-and-so from our team. She just rocked 21-day fix and da-da-da. As long as they're giving credit where credit's due, we're fine with them sharing it. So share successes of other people you're working with, whether they're your clients or not. And so that will help your friends and family that are following you to see that this isn't just about you. You're wanting to make a difference, and you're a difference maker, and you can help them too. Yes? Okay. It's really weird to just make a video and not be talking on a Zoom. This is different, right? Anyway, okay. So you're building trust because you're working on your own personal transformation. You're sharing success stories. The next thing you have to do is when you wake up and you're ready to go and get to work every day and you're wanting to go into that state of mind, I think, this is just my personal opinion, the number one thing that coaches can do to sabotage Success Club is they don't get their mind right. I mean, there's days when they're like, I'm on fire, I'm the best coach ever, and they're so excited when they go into inviting or whatever, and then there's days where it swings the other direction, and all their confidence is out the window, and they're second guessing themselves and whether or not they can do this, and because maybe they had somebody that told them no, or they had a return, or something negative is happening in their life, and they allow that negativity to saturate their mind. So before you go to work every day, you have to get yourself in that peak state, whatever that is for you, where you feel like the confident badass leader that you really are. Because guys, I don't care where you're at in your journey, I promise you that somebody out there needs you. And here's why. You don't have to be the best coach. You don't have to be, well, you have to be the best version of you, okay? But you don't have to be like a super trainer or a perfect holistic nutritionist and know everything about everything. You don't have to do that. That is not your job. Your job is to keep going in a forward direction, or maybe you stumble and then you come back, and then take the people that are 1 or 2 steps behind you and link arms with them and help them to move forward to do exactly what you just did. That's it. You just have to be 2 steps ahead. And so when you really understand that you can help someone because you've actually taken those steps already, even if it's day 1, at least you push play on day 1, that's 1 step ahead of somebody else, right? When you understand that, then you have the power to move forward, right? You have the power to invite people because you're like, girl, I was where you were. I can help you. I can help you learn how to push play. Because all you do is you buy your workout and you push play. And you drink your shake. Let's do this together. And if you get that's your role in this, is just to help people, then you will go into inviting in a much more confident way. And so whatever it is for you to get your mind right, whether it's read some personal development, turn on some Justin Timberlake and dance your butt off. But read your affirmations, looking at your eyeballs in the mirror and say, I am a good coach. I am a fantastic leader. People need me. I'm going to change some freaking lives today. I can't wait to see the results from the transformations that are happening on the people around me. And you actually say that with conviction and belief, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you really believe that you have value to offer. And then you can go into inviting with a much more confident invitation process, much more excited, right? And it works. I promise you it works. And that's all I've done for 5 years is I force myself, no matter what is going on in my life, because life's messy, right? Let's be honest. And I force myself to put on that hat of what kind of coach would I want to be led by? And that's how I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to talk to them with love. I'm going to talk to them with passion. I do follow a script, that I've come up with, that it was adapted from other people around me. But really what I'm doing when I go into that, I sometimes follow the script exactly. Sometimes I ditch the script altogether and I just speak from my heart, because I get to know people and I get to know what they're about. And when I talk to them like they're my friend, because they are, and I genuinely get to know what they need before I offer a challenge pack, then it really helps me to bridge that gap between where they are and where they want to be. So I get myself right. I get myself in a right mental state. And then I stay in what I think they call it phase 2. I don't know, like the scripts of the invitation process have changed throughout the years. But when I stay in the tell me about you phase for a while, like, so tell me what's going on in your life right now. Why do you need to make a change? What are some of your goals? How is your nutrition? And then they answer me and I talk to them and I say, okay, awesome. So it sounds, and I repeat it back to them. So it sounds like you need this. Okay, tell me a little bit more about why. So what are some of the workouts that you've liked in the past? What are some of the things you hate? Do you have any injuries we should be worried about here? And then who else could benefit from you getting healthy? I don't obviously like write this out in a, like all of these questions coming at them at once. It's usually 1 or 2 questions at a time. But when I really understand their day, like what's going on in their life, are they married? Do they have a job? Do they have kids? You know, what's their health like? Then I can give them a true suggestion. And then I'm not trying to sell a dang thing. I'm just offering a solution. And whether or not they decide to take my solution doesn't even matter. That's not my job. My job is to not to sell a bunch of challenge packs. It's not, which is crazy, right? Because Success Club is the heart of our business. Your job is to just make connections with as many people as you can and offer solutions. You want to connect and offer like that. That's it. And then they can choose to do it or not. I want to give you a quick analogy. I know I don't want to run too long, but okay. So I broke my nose 3 times. A lot of people notice. And I went and saw five different doctors, and they all told me, you need surgery. You need to fix this. Your nose is broken. I had a deviated septum and it collapsed. I couldn't breathe out of the side. And so I go to 5 doctors, 5, and they all said, you need this done. I was like, no. On the 5th one is the one when I went in, we had 1 consultation. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I like your style. I feel good about you. I like what you're saying here. Let's do it. And I went in there on a Tuesday and I had my surgery on the following Monday, I think. And I was just ready. I was just ready. So if somebody says no to you, even if you are giving them the perfect solution to their problem or to whatever they are needing, and they say no, has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. And your job isn't to convince them to do this, because if you try to convince them, then they won't be committed to their program or whatever. They're just not going to be ready, and then they're not going to do the workout, and they're not going to have success, right? And this is kind of going off on a tangent here because we're talking about Success Club, but I think it's important as a coach for you to understand what your job truly is, and that is to make connections and to give solutions. And then what people do with that information is completely up to them. And that's why it's so important that we follow up, right? Okay. So you got your mind right. You're going into this and you will say, I am going to hit Success Club 10 or 15. I will do it, because where you're at in your business right now, Success Club 5 is not going to cut it. It's not going to bring in enough people for you to really get momentum going on your team. It just won't. Because you're bringing in, 3 people a month that are going to be clients. Maybe 1 out of those 3 are going to become a coach. And that's 1 coach a month. That is slow, frustrated moving. Because then you're going to expect that 1 coach on your team to, become a diamond and to change the world. And that's too much pressure. So you need, for that 1 person, right? You need to have more people come in with them. And so I would say a minimum goal of yours should, if you're at this level, it needs to be a minimum of 10 no matter what. And just tell yourself, I'm going to hit it. You have no idea what you can do until you say that you can do it. I remember the first time I hit Success Club 10, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And then there was a couple months later that we did Team Cup and I hit Success Club 50. And you have no idea what you can do until you do it, right? So just throw caution in the wind and make it your goal to talk to as many people as you can. Get out your lists. And whatever you're doing right now, if you're only hitting Success Club 5 barely, it's because you've set that limiting belief that that's where you're going to get. I'm only going to get to Success Club 5. Or I need to hit Success Club. I must hit Success Club. And you stay in this mental state of the minimum thinking, right? You set your minimum right here. But when you say, I'm going to help as many people as I can this month, I can't wait to help 20 people change their lives with health and fitness, and you are actively putting that out there and then aggressively trying to make connections, not that aggressively sounds like a negative word. It's not. But you are intentional about making connections, finding people that are like you and similar to you that you want to inspire and motivate. Then you keep moving forward. It really will change your thinking. It'll change how you view this business. You start to involve abundance into your business instead of limiting beliefs, right? Okay, goal no matter what, Success Club 15 or higher. If you want to grow this business fast, you need to be doing way more than that. That's that's not a goal of mine. I'm reading my notes here, so don't forget anything. One thing that really helps me is, so when I'm going into the inviting process, I want to know what my month looks like so that I can make sure that I know what I'm inviting to, right? You have to have things to invite people to. And so I'm going to share just our calendar really quick, and I share this with my coaches so they know what's happening. So here's mine. We schedule I have a challenge group that always starts around the second Monday of the month. And then I do a free group the last week of the month. And we have different recruiting opportunities throughout the month. And so right now I just have one on there. I'm going to be adding another one as well. But then I know exactly what I'm going to be inviting to. So I invite, so my free group is the last week of the month on purpose. So that way when they are finishing up that last week of the month, I can invite them to my challenge group starting the next month in the middle, and I can talk to them and be in the invitation process, matching them to challenge packs and workouts that they need. And so they're ready to go with us on that second week. And by doing that, it helps me to hit Success Club in the beginning of the month and have it locked in by the 10th. And then that way I can be helping my team the rest of the month to hit Success Club, if that makes sense. So I can turn my attention to them. So you want to map out your month so you know exactly when you're inviting people to what. And so it's not random. It's intentional. Okay. The next thing, number 7, stay in phase 1. You're not going to be too cool for school. No, none of us are. All of us people that have been in this business a long time and elite leaders or whatever, we all stay in phase 1. And phase 1 is the vital behaviors. When you start to grow people on your team, it's a common leader mistake to think of, now I have people on my team, I'm going to be talking to them, and you use all your work time to be talking to your coaches, which is really important to communicate with them. But 50% of your time needs to be working on growing your own business. And that includes the incomes that are going to have a high return on investment. I'm not talking about doing blog training or anything like that. I'm talking about the vital behaviors and doing your power hour. I'm going to get into that next. So when you're in phase 1, of course, you want to have a tracking system that's going to help you to be really efficient. We just switched over to using Streak. And if you don't know what that is, then Google it, figure it out. That's a different training. You can use Teamzy. For 5 years, I use the business activity tracker. And that's what I teach my coaches to do. In fact, we do Bat for the Hat. They email it to me every week for 8 weeks, and they get a team hat. And it teaches consistency. And how we do the business activity tracker is we do live power hours on our team that are intentional. So we just open up a Zoom like this. And, well, we're not on Zoom. You're watching video. Anyway, we open up a Zoom, and then somebody is in charge. And it can be me. It can be another coach, it can be an Emerald coach, it doesn't matter who it is, and they will go through, and everybody is just muted and work in their business. But one person calls out, okay, for the next 3 minutes, we're going to be adding 5 people to our network. Go add 5 new friends. Now, for the next 5 minutes, go send out 5 reach out messages. For the next 5 minutes, go plan your post or whatever. Like, go invite to your next challenge group. Go follow up with 10 people. And so a limited amount of time that you get to do each thing. And I will post exactly what we say and how the timing breaks down and everything. And so you can see how we do that. And by going live like that, or having a time when we're all on there together, it really helps us to focus and be accountable for our business, that we're doing the right activities. And so I'm going to share what we do with you. And my challenge to you is that you're going to go and do it too. And that'll be part of the call to action at the end. And so by doing the power hour every single day, it's going to help you to do the things that are going to grow your business. You're going to add more people to your network. You're going to be sending out reach out messages to connect and build relationships. You're going to be inviting to your next group. You're going to be following up and planning your posts. And by doing all of those things, that is going to give you momentum in this business. Because imagine it's like a funnel, with Success Club. So you put all these people into your funnel, and maybe one comes out at a time, like one person decides to join you with the challenge pack at a time. The more that you put into your funnel, the faster it's going to come out at the bottom, the more people you're going to get to join you and run with you. And so, okay, last thing. Okay, Objections will come. It's the nature of the beast. We work with people. We're in a relationship building business. And so what that means is that you are going to have people that say, no, thank you. Just like I did with my nose. It's not a big deal. It wasn't about the doctor. It was about me. I wasn't ready. It just wasn't the right timing, right? There are going to be people that tell you it's too expensive. There are going to be people that tell you all sorts of things. And it doesn't even matter what they say. You can just say, okay, that's great. I will continue to check in with you. I want to know exactly how your progress comes along. So make sure to tell me like what's happening and what's working and what's not, okay? And is it all right with you if I check in with you in a few weeks and just see how you're doing? And then you can continue to build that relationship, because it takes people several times of hearing something before they're ready to commit. That's just fact. And so that's why we talk to a lot of people. Our job is not to, like in the kind of business that we do, we're going to have more objections than we're going to have yeses. And that's just how it is. And that's okay. But a lot of times we can still make a difference, and we can still help people that are saying no to us in a different way. Maybe they'll come along later. Maybe they'll refer a friend. Maybe we'll have an impact on their life and we'll never even know. But by just staying focused and with your blinders on of what we really need to do, which is help people change their lives, then we can focus on the people that are saying yes and not saying no. You can focus on the willing, right? Okay. So the last thing is that I wanted to just touch base on is I want you to raise the standard for yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? So when you put a high value on yourself and what you bring to this equation, like you're going to help to hold them accountable. You're going to be their cheerleader. You're going to be the person that cares whether or not they finish their program or not. You're going to be the one that supports them along the way and helps them to have that life-changing transformation. You are the person that's in their corner. Do you know how many people need that? Everyone. Everyone needs that. Depression is on a rise in our nation. It's because people feel alone. They feel isolated. They feel hopeless. And you could help them. So when you understand that it's not a bag of powder and, an online streaming device or whatever, when you understand that this is about so much more than that you as a coach are so, so important to this whole thing, and you raise the standard for yourself, you will have a much easier time talking to people about joining your challenge group or joining your team, because you know what you can bring to the table. You know what you offer, and how you grow that belief in yourself is you have to look for ways that you are successful. You have to look for ways that you do add value. So even if you have to keep an evidence journal of success, like write down the things you do well instead of focusing on the things you don't do well. Whatever you need to do your affirmations, pray, meditate, work out. Get into that mindset so you understand that how important you are in this equation. This doesn't work without you. Challenge groups don't work without you, right? And most people quit their programs and they fall off track 2 weeks into it simply because they don't have somebody to support them. And they feel alone. And so you get to change that. So when you're talking to people about this, it's important to include that when they sign up with you, they're going to get their nutrition guide, they get the Shakeology, they get the program, they get you in their corner. And so it's like getting a personal trainer, nutritionist, everything all in one, a coach in one. Like they get it all. And you can't get that anywhere else. It's pretty special. So just keep that in mind as you're going forward. So my challenge to you today is, number one, you have 2 call to actions. You're going to map out your month and post your calendar in the comments. And number 2, you're going to try to go live, do a live power hour, like post in your team page or whatever. Guys, I'm going to be doing my power hour at this time. Join me. It doesn't matter what time it is. Find a time that works for you and do it every single day this week, or at least Tuesday through Saturday if you're listening to this late. And I'll post exactly what we do in our power hour so you can see. And invite people to join you, and that'll just hold you accountable, okay? And then track it either on the business activity tracker if that's your thing, or you can use Streak, whatever you do. Just find a way to track, because I promise as you get going in this business, you're going to forget, and you're going to want to be way more efficient as you grow your organization and it gets bigger. So thank you guys for listening. I hope this was helpful. I know you can hit Success Club. Bye.